Trust the small work of God within you. Trust the work, trust the small work, trust the small work of God within you.
Hi, I'm Janine Driscoll, and I am a priest of this diocese as well as a licensed psychologist. And thank you, Sylvia, for inviting me to be a part of this project. I'd like to start by offering some reflections on, this whole notion of work-life balance. And maybe a helpful way to start is to think about the difference between our identity and our roles. So, as baptized followers of Jesus, our most basic identity is beloved of God, child of God. And that identity of marked as Christ's own forever can be expressed through all of the different roles of our life, so that it doesn't become a competition like, oh, well, I'm not being enough of clergy or committed layperson, or I'm not doing this as a mother or a teacher or a son or a daughter. Rather, it's what I'm doing in this moment. How does it express my most basic identity? Child of God, follower, friend of Jesus. So that each of my activities and the roles that go with them may express something of my most essential nature. And my essential nature is so much more than my roles or activities.
Take a moment to pause and reflect. How do you understand your core identity? What are the various roles in your life through which this identity is expressed?
So that's one thing to ponder. Another thing to ponder is it's a myth. It is an absolutely dangerous myth to strive after a work-life balance. I see this causing so many people stress. What's more workable seems to be having clarity about paying attention and having a single point of focus at a single point in time, so that when I'm here at the office, I'm here at the office. And although there's other places I could be, I am here. And so what's going on here is what my attention focuses on. My attention might be drawn to concerns that I have, or, family issues, or, we had a pipe burst last month in the house and all kinds of complications with that. My attention might go to that, but as soon as I realize that my attention has gotten hijacked by something else, then come back to the present moment. And so this work-life balance, to me, is not a balance, but rather an ongoing shifting of my attention and therefore also a shifting of my activities and actions to what's the situation calling for, and how can I best, most effectively respond using the gifts and talents that God has given me. It's not about balancing, it's about prioritizing the focus of attention in a given moment, and then figuring out when and how to shift my attention to the next most important thing. Now, that said, that doesn't preclude planning. That doesn't preclude structuring a day or a week or a month. But what it is about is something called psychological flexibility. And the more we can develop that ability to pay attention to pay attention, paying attention to paying attention, and being able to shift our focus and realize when our attention has gone off track, that's the key, I think, to optimal functioning.
Take a moment to pause and reflect. How have you experienced the challenge of seeking this elusive work-life balance in your own life? Does Janine's idea of discerning a single point of focus in each moment seem like a helpful tool or approach for you?
The last thing that I'll say for now is that paying attention to paying attention is a way that we collaborate, cooperate with the Holy Spirit, because all of our lives, you know, our call, our most basic activity, God longs for us to long for God. And you can think of our entire lives are about the process of becoming more and more participatory in the life of God, which is also a way of saying of growing into the full potential of who God has called us to be, is calling us to be. And paying attention to paying attention helps us, right, to honestly, to assess honestly what I'm doing, how I'm behaving, how I'm thinking, how I'm coping emotionally with stuff. Is it consistent with, is it consistent with my baptismal promises? Is it consistent with, you know, St. Augustine's bidding at after the Agnus Dei? See what you believe. He would raise the host. See what you believe. Become what you see. So paying attention to paying attention helps us to assess, with the grace, the Spirit of God, are we really living that out? And if so, great, keep on keeping on. And if not, what adjustments do we need to make? And of course, this happens individually and communally. So anytime y'all want to talk about or discuss or practice paying attention to paying attention, let me know. And also have some fun with the Holy Spirit and your angels doing it.
Trust the work, trust the slow work, trust the slow work of God within you. Trust the work, trust the slow work, trust the